All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage. So we are here in today's episode to talk about George's car. Actually, we are going to do kind of a recap, everything that we've done to George's car, and we've done a lot to George's car. We're going to kind of go step by step. We're going to start with the front end. I'm going to turn the camera around, so get prepared for this because we're going to talk about things that we did, things that we didn't get to do, and things that need to be done prior to George actually taking this for a real maiden voyage. So, guys, let's jump into it and let's go. For starters, for George's car, when George's car came in, I want to give you guys a little bit of a story. The car came in as an automatic 91 with a 5S FE. We did do a few different things to it. We did swap out the motor, but moving from the front to the back, we'll be talking about everything that we did. So if you're just joining us, guys, this is a build that we have done here at Nasty Addiction Garage, and it's ready to be taken to its tuner so then it could get tuned up and get ready to go. So we're going to talk about this in a little bit more in depth and everything that we did, guys. So let's jump into it and let's go. First on the list, the Holley lights. We did change out some previous lights that George had for the Holley retrofit lights. These lights are actually really cool. When I installed them, you guys really didn't get a chance to see how bright they were because I never played the footage of it. I got a whole bunch of shit for that, but guys, this is the reason why I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the lights on so you guys can actually see how bright they are. I know it's during the day, you're not going to be able to see the comparison up there, but you'll actually be able to see how bright they are from a distance. So I'll put you guys over there and you guys can actually see. So check it out. All right, moving forward, folks, we did change out George's radiator. So it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if you can see it from down here. You guys can see it right there. This radiator we changed out. This is his new one. The old one he had hella rust inside of it. So we did encourage a new radiator. Yeah, we can clean it out and whatnot. It's stainless steel, it's aluminum, whatever. I get it. But that's not the way I like to do things. When I like to do them, I like to make sure that there's no error gonna happen over nothing stupid. So these are relatively cheap, so we went and got another one. I installed it for him. It's got dual fans. It's looking pretty good. I will show you guys from up here, but I've already installed this. I really don't want to uninstall it. The MR2 Heaven front strut bar that actually connects to the master brake cylinder as well. But since we changed out the master brake cylinder, this is the master brake cylinder for the 95 4Runner. So we're going to need a longer bolt. As you see, that bolt is nowhere near long enough to put any pressure against the master brake cylinder. So we're going to have to get a bigger bolt for that. So this is going to be one thing that George is going to need to do outside of here. But these things are installed. We also installed, let me see if you guys can see them, maybe from down here. Let's see, center roll adjusters. We installed some center roll adjusters. We installed new arms, new tie rods, new tie rod ends, ball joints. We did the work on the suspension here. He's already had coilover suspension, so we didn't do anything there, but we did add the center roll adjusters, which are going to be pretty good for him since he's going to want to probably at one point auto cross this. So it's going to be nice. So we did it on all four wheels. They're in there and installed very well. I like the center roll adjusters just because for the bump steering stuff, and it really helps a lot. Next on the list is the ASIN Master Clutch Master. So with this, remember the car was definitely not manual. So we did switch over to manual, so I had to install a Clutch Master, and with that we got the TCS clutch line that goes all the way to the back. I believe you guys can see it right here. That goes all the way to the back and is attached to the single port slave on the E351 that we installed for him as well, but we'll get to that. As far as the frunk, we did do a refurbish on the heater core hoses, on the hard lines and the soft lines. So these will be coming soon, guys. These two hoses right here, along with the rest of the hoses for the frunk, they're going to be coming under Nasty Addiction Garage real soon. There's going to be a super huge revamp on the website, so just make sure you guys stay tuned. If there's some inconsistencies with the website, please just stay calm. We'll be getting everything situated really soon. I just want to make a new website with new parts and everything, so it's going to be a lot nicer and a lot more eye-catching. But we will have the heater core hoses available there as well. So moving forward, I don't think we did anything else here up here in the frunk. Everything else is pretty standard and stock. We also installed all 4 MR2 Heaven mud flaps after refurbishing them. They did come pretty in my opinion. There was a lot of gouges and cuts in the actual I guess rubber on the side and the actual mud flap itself, like the base of the mud flap. I don't know if that's the way MR2 Heaven ships them out, or I don't know how that goes, but we did refurbish them with SEM trim paint and made them look super sexy. As you can see, these things are looking pretty damn brand new, and both front and back, they look pretty good, and I'm really excited on how they came out. As you see, they fit good. All right, as we are in the cabin, guys, George had initially had a really rough I guess lower door card on his driver's side panel, so I did change that out for him. This one came out pretty good. I think it came out nice. It looks good. It's pieced together. It's a lot better condition than what he had in here before. But I will tell you that we did install that, and it came up pretty good, pretty solid. Moving forward, I did install a couple things that George doesn't know about, so he'll know about it now that he'll see his car, but he won't know about it as I'm filming this episode. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to turn the lights on. I did change out his cluster lights to a white LED. These things are phenomenal. The only reason this shows up right now is because the car's not on. I don't know why it does it when the car is off, that these show up lit. I did not change these. These are still the same. I just think it's the brightness of these two lights reflecting up here. So these look phenomenal. I also changed out his keyhole to a white LED as well to match. We also installed a Omari boost gauge. I'm going to try to turn the key to see if there's any sweeping action that happens. As you guys can see, it's actually pretty cool. They do sweeping motions. I like that. They ended up looking pretty good. It looks pretty stock as far as the gauge goes. I'm really excited because that Omari boost gauge fit perfectly there. This was actually my 4th or 5th time installing one of these, but I never installed them with a white gauge cluster, and I think it looks really nice altogether. Did install also a personal steering wheel. We still haven't installed the button because I do not know how to work those nice little gadgets that they come with. For some odd reason, it still doesn't want to fit. I let George know that. We also installed an NRG hub, and we also installed the the quick release here, and then the hub as well. Both of them are working and doing good. We did next install the Super Class C's TDR hybrid short shifter. There we go. That's the throw. Look at how short this throw is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. Like, these things are, I mean, and they feel so good. They got a weighted shifter, perforated leather. I think circle ring. I think this is phenomenal, guys. Like, George is gonna love this, and I think by far this is probably my favorite upgrade on the whole car besides the motor. Just because this feel is it's ridiculous how good this thing feels, and I can't wait for George to actually drive it, so then he understands that this car is gonna be feeling much more like a race car. He's gonna want to go autocross it or do something fun with it. But guys, now moving from here, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the back, because I don't think we did anything else here that we could talk about. So let's go. moving on to the back of the car, we did install the MR2 Heaven rear quarter glass MR2 screens, or window screens, I would say. They did come out pretty good. They are pretty easy to install. It's relatively 1, 2, 3. They come with the little clips that you can, either put on each side, and they usually keeps them intact, which in my opinion, I like the way this looks, but I don't know. It's just not me. It's just probably not my thing. But they do look good on George's car, and I think it's just because it goes with the era look. It looks good, It's just I'd rather just tint out the window and call it a day. But they do look pretty decent when you have a car that's era looking. It does fit the profile very well. Moving forward, we did install the door stabilizers. So this is my second favorite mod. This mod makes your door sound phenomenal when it comes down to closing. Listen to this. Listen, just listen to this. That there, it's priceless. It's priceless. And these here are so easy to install. So I did install these for him as well. And I think by far they are going to work very well, especially again if he likes to auto cross his car. So I am definitely going to pick up a couple sets of these just because I think they're going to work really well, and it helps the door sound healthy still when you close it, and it doesn't sound hangy or clippy. You hear when you throw it, you hear like you have to like lift it sometimes. Not that thing. That works phenomenal. So we're going to move on to this motor, so let's go. Okay, now moving on to the motor. What we have here, guys, is a 5th gen 3S-GTE, fully refurbished. The only thing not changed is the head gasket on this motor, but every other gasket has been changed. The wire harness was sent out to Doug at Wire Gap, which most of us know and have grown to know that's the wire guy. And we have some components for this motor. We have here a MR2 Heaven cap that was donated for a good cause to George by Daddy Bear. Daddy Bear, which is one of my subscribers. Thank you again, brother. I'm sure George is going to love it, and I really appreciate that you gave that up to help him out. We have a lot of TCS stuff. TCS did come into clutch with this build. We have the TCS intercooler piping, all powder coated with the Nasty Addiction powder coating package. We did go a bronze color with the gold bronze. This is George's specific color that he chose. I went ahead and did silk satin black on the intercooler piping. We did do a satin black or flat satin black for the heat shield, but what we're gonna do, I have his other heat shields in powder coating still, and we're gonna do those wrinkle black, just so then they can withstand, anything that needs to hit them or anything like that. It won't get too hot to the point where it's gonna chip. I've had wrinkle black on these, and they've done perfectly fine, especially with the 3S. We got some more powder coating here, silk satin black on the TCS turbo intake. We also have, let's see what we got here. We have the E351 transmission. So George wanted to do this swap and wanted to swap out his transmission, since we were going to have to do a transmission swap anyway. So we did reach out to TCS. TCS did hook it up with a E351 ready to be mounted and ready to go. So that made the process just a little bit easier. And when I say it made the process a little bit easier, by this much. Just by this much. Just because we still had to find a whole bunch of parts that were still weirdly not available for this transmission. This transmission is growing in popularity now that the E153s are not as available now. Now since they are discontinued, I believe, and what's out there is out there. So a lot of people are taking their chances with this new transmission and hoping that it can deliver what it needs to as far as power goes, or as torque, just so then people can use their 2GRs or 5th gen 3S-GTEs. In my opinion, and from what I've researched, I think 400 is the cap for this transmission. This motor is not going to be doing that right now, and as he does, I'm pretty sure George will reach out to me later if he wants to upgrade transmissions, and we'll do that at that point when we find one that is suitable for it. So moving forward, we didn't do anything to the turbos or anything like that. We did change out every single coil. Every coil's new. I think except one, because the new one that we did change out burned out, which was really weird to me. But everything else is pretty much new. We did do a new timing belt, a new tensioner. We did change out the cam seals, so we did a lot. We did a lot to this motor as far as that goes. Moving forward, we did install a Lynx ECU. That Lynx ECU is on and working. It does turn on when the car is turned over, or the car is turned to the on position. At least it does turn on. It does help cool. It does cool little things like gauge sweeping when you turn the key on to the on position, which I think is pretty neat, and that's all ECU based. But that's actually capping the knowledge that I have, just because tuning is a whole new thing for me, and I've never really tuned anything. I did tune the V6 on the fly with a friend of mine, which was pretty fun, which is something that I would like to eventually get into and kind of venture off into. But my thing here is that I really just wanted to deliver a car that's going to be prepared, or at least ready to be driven hard when it needs to be. That's kind of my goal here in Nasty Addiction Garage. So with George's car, we got to that point, but we did figure out a couple things. The ECU was something that was holding us back for quite some time. If you guys aren't aware, I don't know, YouTube kind of makes things a little simple when it comes down to timing things, but it's a bit deceiving, just because I've had George's car for about a year, and I don't think in the YouTube world it seems like I had it that long, but I sure did. It was almost a year to date that George is coming to pick up his car. So it's not the proudest thing for me to say, but this is a modified car. This is what modification is. This is what customizing is. This happens, and and unfortunately George is not going to be able to drive out with this car. I personally think the car needs a tune. He is going to go ahead and take it to a tuner, which, good thing is that the car is going to go to a tuning place where they also do modifications and stuff like that. So if it's something a little extra that needs to happen, they're there and suitable to make it happen. So I'm here if they have any questions and anything pertaining to the build. I did give them kind of like a build spec on what I've done to the motor, which is not very much, but everything is new and on. One of a few other things I did install is this TCS single muffler dual exhaust. This thing is phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. It sounds this is going to be perfect. It sounds great. I'm a big fan of that exhaust, and it looks good. So moving forward, what else we did to George's car? So we did a full buff and wax, and as you guys can see, his car is extremely shiny. We did a full buff and wax on his car, and after the full buff and wax, we did do some ceramic coating, and the ceramic coating has proved itself to work very well so far. And as you guys can see, this car is extremely shiny. We even did his lights, and as you can see, his lights are shining right now. Alright guys, that's going to be a recap for George's 91 Toyota MR2 that came into Nasty Addiction Garage for a 5th Gen 3S-GTE swap along with a E351 transmission swap. It went from a automatic to manual. George is picking up the car today, so what we're going to be doing is helping George load up his Toyota MR2 onto a trailer, so then he can go ahead and drive it up to the tuner and get this car tuned up. This thing is, I mean, looking at it on how it is right now, this car is, I mean, it looks great. It looks great, and I really can't wait for him to enjoy it. I hope he can enjoy it soon. But in the meantime, we're going to hang tight. He's going to come and pick up the car after he gets out of work with the trailer, and we'll help him load it up and get it ready, guys. So hang tight. Let's go. Folks, so George actually just messaged me, told me he's 5 minutes away, so we're gonna get things together and get it all ready so then we could get him and his car on their way. So let's get this going, guys. Let's go. What's up, my dude?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, dude? What's up? Oh,
Good.
Finally, dude. What do you think? Everything is nice and together in here. I mean, dude, like, I can't wait for you to drive this fucking car.
This thing looks so fresh.
Dude, I mean, it looks brand fucking new, don't it? And I did do some special things. So with your cluster, I did change out your lights and I did change out your little key ring. I don't know if you see it, it's white now. I LED'd it for you.
Oh, nice.
And then I LED'd all your interior cluster lights. Your tachometer and your boost gauge both kind of do the little sweep. Sit in it, check it out. Feel that short shifter.
It's been a while.
Man, dude. Feel that shifter.
I'm back home. I see.
Very short gear. Very, very short. A failed attempt to get George's car onto that trailer. So we put it back into the garage. We called the tow truck. So Axel, you guys are familiar with Axel. We called him up and we told him what was going on. He was more than willing to drive it up to Antioch to go get it towed, but not until tomorrow. So tomorrow we gotta go ahead and get this thing together and get it back on. All right, guys. Axel is here. We're gonna go ahead and get George's car loaded up and let's get it going, guys. Let's go. We got the man here. What's good, brother?
How you doing, man?
Another day, man. Another day, another dollar. Ya sabe, man. How's it going, man? How's it going?
Todo
Yeah,
bien.
ya sabe, bro. Good, man. See.
Hold on, buddy. I got you. Démosle duro de una vez.
Yeah.
Two. Dale todo.
All right, folks. This is it. She is going, George. She is going, and gonna be gone. Axel's got her, so this is gonna be perfect. George, I really hope you enjoy this car. I'm gonna be talking to you regardless, and keep me posted. We have to do a continuation on this build.
Yeah. Dale más un poquito.
All right, folks. She's gone. She is gone, guys. She is gone, gone, gone. And big shout out to Axel's towing service. If you guys need anybody in the Chicago area, make sure you check out Axel. He does his thing. He's great at what he does. Thank you, Axel. You sabe. Happy Thanksgiving. Tell me why I feel like an empty nester and like I just sent my kid off to like college or something. Like it feels very awkward to not have George's car here after so long. But hey, it's off to a tune out in Antioch. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. There it goes, guys. There it goes all the way down there. So guys, this is going to end the episode. I really want to thank everybody for watching this episode, watching this build. It really means a whole bunch to me, and I want to thank all my subscribers for watching so far. We have so much more to go, so much more to build, so much more to do. All the space in the world now, guys. Not really, we have one space, but what I'm going to do right now is move the V6 to the middle of the garage. So we're going to do that on the next episode. So the next episode should start with me in the garage with the V6, and we're going to have some fun with this, guys, because we need to get this thing to the point where I need to take it to a tune. So let's get this thing done. Let's go, guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, guys. This is Nasty Addiction Garage, over and out.